Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Tristan Barracks here, the digital storyteller, and I'm super excited to tell you what we're talking about, which is my top 5 cinematic drone shots. You ready? You ready? Let's go. Woo! The first cinematic drone movement that I like to talk about is the dolly shot. Now, the dolly shot is a very simple shot, but it can be very effective. The dollying shot is basically when you are dollying forward, very softly, very slowly, to go towards your subject or to push the frame forward towards a point of interest. The number one reason why I love using forward dollying shots is because they are very simple to set up. All you need is the drone to be up in the air or to be higher than you are. Just go forward or go straight to where you are looking or where the drone is looking. And as it's going straight, it's allowing the viewer to have a feel of movement forward or a progression of closeness to the subject that it's seeing on camera. The other reason why I love the forward dollying shot is because it allows you as an operator to be able to have very easy control over where the actual drone is going. You don't have to tilt the camera, you don't have to move the left or right axes. All you're doing is going forward or going backwards. And it's really a very safe and easy to control shot that will allow you to be able to get things like establishing shots, closing shots, logo shots. It's a very low risk shot that can give you very high rewards when done effectively. The second cinematic drone shot that I love using is the reveal shot. Now, the reveal shot is literally the same thing as the forward dollying shot, except you're going backward. Instead of dollying forwards, you are dollying backwards. So as you dolly backwards, what you're doing is you're actually allowing the viewer to have a sense of surprise as new things are entering into the frame, whether it's trees, whether it's buildings, whether it's cars, whether it's people. It's allowing for that sort of sense of surprise and delight. It's a very simple shot, again, to set up. All you do is you lift the drone up to a safe height, and then you're going to pull back on the throttle so that it's actually going backwards instead of forwards. And as you're going backwards, it creates this sense of intrigue, almost like you're running away from something or the camera is pulling back from something. You can use this in a lot of different ways. You can use it as a way of closing out a segment, or you can use it as a way of running away or pulling away from a subject. So again, there are a plethora of different ways of using this shot. It's a really nice way of being able to connect one segment to another, and that's why it's my second choice for a dope cinematic drone movement. The third cinematic drone shot that I love creating is called the bird's eye view. Now, the bird's eye view is when you shoot the drone all the way up, maybe 30, 40, 50, 100 feet, maybe 100 meters away, and then you tilt the camera all the way down so that it's seeing it directly beneath it. And as you are flying, whether it's left, right, up, down, you are getting this cool sort of bird's eye view of what your neighborhood looks like, or what the streets look like, or the stop signs look like, or what the cars look like, or what the people look like as they're walking. I also kind of nicknamed it the Google Maps view because it's giving you a view of your streets, of your community, of the forestry, of the nature that you're shooting beneath you. It's really a nice filler or pickup shot if you are trying to tell a story. It's also a great shot that you can use to see the action from a different perspective or a different point of view. It's also a great static shot as well as a great moving shot. There's a lot of different things that you can play around with when it comes to this particular bird's eye view shot, but I love it because I love adding just a slight movement to it so that it allows you to see the world in a different way and allows your viewer to experience their neighborhood or their community or other neighborhoods or other communities in different ways. That's a great tool. It's a great way of being able to shape the way that a person experiences your film by giving them a different perspective that they would never have otherwise. The fourth cinematic drone shot that I love creating is called the dolly tilt. Now, what the dolly tilt is It's when you push the drone or move the drone forward or backwards while tilting the camera up or down at the same time. Now, it takes a little bit of finessing in order to get this shot right, but when you get this shot right, it is super dope. It actually will elevate your project. I use the Dolly tilt all the time when I'm shooting for weddings, when I'm shooting for live events, or if I'm shooting in destinations that are new to me, because I love the emotion and the feel of movement and the impactful visual stimulation that it gives. Adding a camera tilt to your dollying shots allows for your footage to have a cinematic, professional quality to it. The dolly tilt shot allows you to create an intense mood of action and focus for that shot. And it's really a dope way of being able to show off some of your droning skills. And the last cinematic drone movement that I love using is the jib shot. The jib shot is probably one of the most overlooked shots that people don't actually use a lot. What is a jib shot? Simply put, a jib shot is when you are recording the drone taking off and going and ascending in the air, as well as descending out of the air. So just going up and down. That's it. What I like to do to get extra footage and maybe capture something really cool is to always have the camera recording whenever I'm landing and whenever I'm taking off. And that will allow me to get a quick jib shot even when I'm not thinking about getting a jib shot. The other thing that you can do is you can let the drone hover at a low altitude and then raise it up slightly, and then just bring it back down and raise it up slightly again and bring it back down. And that's another jib shot. If you want to add another layer to a jib shot as you're either ascending or descending, you can actually add a tilt up or tilt down, and that will actually convey a different type of movement that will add to your jib shot. So again, the jib shot is a very basic, fundamental movement that can be very impactful and very cool if you do it in the right way. When I create a jib shot, I love having a foreground element and a background element. This allows you to create a level of depth to your shot that the viewer will really appreciate, and it will create almost a level of cinematic energy that the viewer will feel and you'll appreciate too. Well, that's the end of another episode of Cinecut with your host, me, Tristan Barracks. I hope you learned something and you liked it too. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. If you loved what you saw, please subscribe. Comment below with any of your questions that you have. I'd love to answer them for you, as well as if you have any additional points to make, please add that too as well. And I would love to know also what settings you use, what sort of approach you take, and what are some of the dope types of techniques that you use to get dope drone shots. Thank you again for watching. Stay creative, stay focused, and stay blessed. Peace!